What is up guys, I am back with another video. Today we're going to make a video on Xiaomi 14 Ultra. Now this phone is launched globally everywhere in whole world, and I think it is also launched in US. I'm not sure about US launch, but if I just want to say one word on this phone, is this is a full-on camera with just a screen and a processor. So it's a pretty crazy phone. So let's start with this phone specs. So let's start with this phone design first of all, and then we're going to move on to the display, and then performance, and then for camera, because camera is big. Now design, you can see this is fully, like, you can see, like, it is like, I think the whole camera, like, look at that camera island, so big, and like so big enough, like half of the thing is camera over here, and you can see a design is over pretty texture design. It's, I think, so leather type of finish, but it's not actual leather, but it has a pretty good finish. But frames are over here aluminium. On the smaller brother of Xiaomi 14 Pro has titanium frames, but this one has aluminum. I think it's like already super heavy, so they don't want to make it more heavy, I don't know. Anyway, so you can see design's pretty nice. It only have two colors available. they, they are only two colors, and you can see it says 3D. It's a quad 3D curve display, so it's curved from here. Let me just do the white color instant. So okay, so for some reason not working. Anyway, so you can see it's quad curve display. So it's curved from here, from bottom, from up, so it's curved from everywhere. And design overall as the Xiaomi 13 Ultra, it's same, but it's more bigger camera island, because camera magic is a lot in this phone. I will tell you later on the video. Otherwise, this is like wireless charging supported, has IP68 water resistance, gorilla glass protection, and pretty decent overall specs design. So design wise, not bad as at all. And if you talk about weight of this phone, it is like around 290.8 grams. This phone is quite heavy, heavier than iPhone. So yeah, always it has more, like, pretty big cameras over here. And otherwise, thickness, it has 9.20 millimeter thickness, and height is 161.4 millimeter height, so pretty decent. So now let's go on to this phone display. So display over here, it says all round liquid display. This is WQHD plus 6.673 inches AMOLED display. Now WQHD plus display is on Samsung S24 Ultra and S23 Ultra. So it's the same display over here, but it's a plus one, and this AMOLED, the maximum pixel resolution is 3200 nits to 1440p display. This is 1440p display, and this is 120 Hz LTPO display, so 1 Hz to 120 Hz, and touch sampling rate is 40 Hz, which is decent. Otherwise, it has 3000 nits of peak brightness, but HBM is 1000 nits. So the 3000 nits, now as I have told you, 3000 nits brightness, if brands are doing this much a lot, like OnePlus is saying 4500 nits, so Honor is saying 5000 nits, but this typical brightness number only goes on a typical area in HDR content, only for a second. So it's not something crazy. They always look at the HBM, which is 1000 nits in this phone, which is decent for outdoors. Otherwise, this is HDR supported display and Dolby Vision display and HDR10 Plus, and its display can produce 68 billion colors at one time, and color gamut DCI P3 dimmed, which is amazing. And overall, the display on Xiaomi, this is a Xiaomi's top of a launch flagship phone, so display will be top of a launch, and this WQHD AMOLED, so no complaint from display. And Xiaomi displays are always amazing. So yeah, so let's move on to this phone performance now. So let's talk about performance. As you know, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is also used in this phone as well. Every flagship right now will come out with this processor. Storage, it has 16 GB of RAM, which is LPDDR5 RAM, and UFS 4.0 storage. And 8 Gen 3's performance, I don't need to tell you. This age entry will perform crazy as all, so I don't need to even tell you about it. So now let's move on to the camera because I am waiting for camera. So this phone has a main camera of 15 megapixel main camera, which is Sony LYT 900 sensor, and this has like 23 millimeter lens in it, and it has OIS, and this is a 1 inch sensor, 1 inch sensor size, so it's a pretty big sensor. And 1 inch sensors are using big, like big cameras of Leica. So, and this is Leica tune cameras, as well as Xiaomi always partners with Leica. Otherwise, this has f1.63 aperture, which you can actually control the aperture of this phone. So this lens over here will go on and off, you however aperture you want it, you can do that. Otherwise, another camera is also telephoto, another telephoto camera, which is also 50 megapixel f1.8 aperture, and this has 75 millimeter of lens, and this is Sony IMX 858 sensor, and another also 50 megapixel, which is periscope lens, which then do a which is also same Sony IMX 858 sensor, but it has f2.5 aperture. And another is Ultra, which is also 50 megapixels, same Sony sensors used. And one more, if I want to tell you, this phone is a beasting camera, a beast. Like last year 14 Ultra, 13 Ultra was already a beast, and it was a crazy phone overall. But this year, it's also no different. This is more crazier and more crazy. Now you can see this is a 1 inch sensor here used, and you can see you can actually control the aperture of it, f1.63 aperture to all the way to f4.0 aperture, and it is amazing camera. And you can see it has like all the way this big lens are using the main camera, and this is Leica camera, so Leica black and white colors and everything, you will have to use it if you want to. Otherwise, talking about the camera specs, this camera features, it has Leica modes, giving Leica filters, like a watermark, every Leica type of photography. Otherwise, portrait mode, two portrait styles, master lens system, and otherwise portrait night mode, super moon, panorama, documents, long exposure, pro mode, image format, ultra, amazing modes are given here. And talking about the front camera, it is also 32 megapixel camera, and this is like this is maximum. It's not a 1 inch sensor, but it also has night mode, dynamic filming, and front camera is also amazing. And talking about video resolution, in the front camera it is 4K at 30 fps, and go on all the way to 4K 60 fps. In the back camera it can record up to 8K video recording, so that is crazy. Otherwise, talking about battery on this phone, so 5000 mAh battery and 90-watt hypercharge and 80-watt wireless charging, so super big numbers and claims. And this is USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 port, so amazing. Otherwise, it have for the software, this phone is using HyperOS. Now this phone comes out of HyperOS, and HyperOS is amazing. Lock screen customization, AI features, and amazing, so amazing for that. Otherwise, connectivity, Wi-Fi 7, and then 5G, and then Bluetooth 5.4, everything latest in this phone is given. Otherwise, everything is amazing in this phone. In audio, if you talk about audio, so this phone has Dolby Atmos support in it, and stereo speakers, audio will be amazing. So now the conclusion, how good is this Xiaomi 14 Ultra? One word, if you are looking for the professional camera phone, so this is the phone for you guys. This is the phone for the best camera of top. So if you are looking for the best camera, so go for Xiaomi 14 Ultra, because there are no other phones with this best camera. Like a camera, each entry, amazing W2HD display, so this is the best of the best. And it also has a camera kick given, so if you want to like adjust the camera, so it has a kick also given. And what is the price of this phone in US? Now in US, this phone is priced at $1,499. So it's pretty amazing, it's pretty expensive than S23, and it is also has a cake over which you can see this type of cake. So yeah, so this is Xiaomi 14 Ultra. Hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, if you like this video, subscribe to Tech Galsin, and I will see you on my next video. This is I and signing off.